Binky Chadha at Deutsche Bank writing, our base case remains for a significant rally on a credible relent on trade policies with a target of 61.50 by year-end. Binky, good morning. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning, John.
61.50, the new target. It's down from 7K. Let's deal with the language there. A credible relent on trade policy. What does that mean to you?
So, it's meant to capture an idea, and it's about convincing the market that you're sort of done with the trade policy issue. There is a huge amount of uncertainty about the different ways that can be done. And at the end of the day, given where we are, I expect it will be kind of mushy. I don't have a better word than that. So some trade deals, perhaps some lowering, the big question mark about the 10% uniform tariff, because by the uniform tariff that we have put on ourselves, we've hurt U.S. growth more than we are hurting anyone else.
Lisa asked the question where the pressure would come from. Where do you see the pressure coming from? What drives that credible relent?
I think at the end of the day, it's the same thing. So when you think about presidential elections, we've all heard it's about the economy, stupid, in the sense that other things matter, but it's mostly about the economy. And so I would argue it's presidential job approval ratings. And because, if you think about if the presidential election is about the economy, and then you ask people, where do we ask people, how do they feel about the economy? It's consumer confidence. So the typical pattern is new presidents start with a hefty sort of a goodwill of a honeymoon period of high approval ratings. The honeymoon then tends to wear down, and the question is, where do we land? We land at levels that are basically, dictated by consumer confidence, I would argue. Happened the last two administrations. And so, we are midway in that process. We started up here, we've been coming down, and the trajectory right now. And I would just remind that current consumer confidence levels, suggest that you might get down to 30%. And so I think there will be a reaction long before.